Hello and welcome. This is Miss Tabassum. I hope you all are doing well. As you know that in the previous lesson we have learnt about the types of tenses, and there I have specifically explained about simple present tense and present continuous tense. In today's lesson we are going to learn about present perfect tense. So let's begin. Here it goes, present perfect tense. But before starting today's lesson, let's recapitulate the previous lesson. The tense of a verb refers to the time when the action of the verb is performed. Tense of a verb can be of three types, that is present, past and future tense. Each tense has four aspects, that is simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. The present tense takes four forms: simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. In the simple present tense, the base form of the verb, that is V1, is used. The present continuous tense takes the form is, am or are plus the ing form of the verb. Let's start present perfect tense. Here goes the definition. The present perfect tense is used to talk about an action completed in the recent past but whose effects are connected to the present. Here goes the structure. The structure is subject plus has or have plus the past participle, that is the V3 form of the verb. Examples: the principal has felicitated the three students. Here, as you can see, has felicitated is the present perfect tense. The action of felicitation was done in the past, but the effect of the action still remains. Let's see one more example. Anjali has finished her lesson for the day. Here we are getting to know that the lesson for the day is already done by Anjali. Time here is not specified when exactly her lesson was done. So present perfect tense basically talks about those actions which are completed in the recent past but whose effects are still connected to the present. Now we will see the have, has, with whom it is connected. So as you know the structure, that is subject plus has or have plus past participle form of the verb or the third form of the verb. We use have with I, you, we or they. We use has with he, she or it. As you can see the example, I have taught English to many students. Here, have taught is present perfect tense. Vikas has visited France 4 times. Has visited is present perfect tense. In these two sentences, we are basically talking about experiences. As you can see, the sentence number 1, that is, I have taught English to many students, is actually my experience about my teaching career. Of course, I am still a teacher, so my career isn't finished. It's still continuing. We can say also like this, that I have taught English to many students in my career, but it's not necessary. It is understood. Now we will see the uses of the present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is used to talk about an action that has been completed in the recent past. Let's see some examples. They have just arrived. She has just finished her lunch. It has just struck 10. So we can see that the arriving of the persons and finishing the lunch and the clock striking 10. These three actions, they have just been completed in the recent past, and thus we have used present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is also used to talk about an action that was completed at some time in the past, but whose exact time of completion may not be known. Examples: I have visited the Taj Mahal. So, as I have said you that the exact time of completion may not be known. I have visited the Taj Mahal. Here, have visited is the present perfect tense. So, it might have been that I have visited the Taj Mahal say for 6 months ago, or 2 weeks ago, or 2 years ago. So, the exact time of the action being done is not mentioned. One more example, let's see. She has posted the letter. Here also, the time is not specifically mentioned. Another example, have you read Gulliver's Travel? So, here, as you know that Gulliver's Travel is a beautiful novel by Jonathan Swift, and I think you all might have read. So, it's a beautiful novel. It's a travelogue. So, have you read Gulliver's Travel? It's just a question asking if that particular travelogue is being read or not. It may have been that you have read it earlier or in the recent past. Specifically, time is not being mentioned. Present perfect tense is also used to describe past events when we think more of their effect in the present than of the action itself. Let's see some examples. Gopu has eaten all the biscuits. I have cut my finger. I have completed my homework. So, as you can see, the very first sentence, Gopu has eaten all the biscuits. Here, has eaten is the present perfect tense. Here, we are talking about the event that is already done in the past, but we are basically trying to say that there aren't any biscuits or cookies left for you. I have cut my finger and it's bleeding now. As you can see, I have written in the bracket. So, the cutting of the finger is the past event, but we are basically giving more effect of the action that is bleeding now, isn't it? So, whenever we are describing any past event and we are not thinking more of the effect in the present than of the action itself. I have completed my homework. You can well imagine this sentence. I have completed my homework. As you often say this to your mom. Well, when did the subject I finish her or his homework? Maybe 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. But that is not important. What is important is the completion of the homework. Maybe you finished it just few minutes ago, but not saying the specific time here. So, in this sentence, as you can see, have completed is the present perfect tense. Here we are actually describing the past event with more of their effect in the present than of the action being done. We also use present perfect tense for talking about an action beginning in the past and that has some impact in the present. It means that it will be continuing up to the present moment. Let's see some examples. I have known him for a long time. Anjali has been a teacher in this school for the past 5 years. He has been ill since last week. As you can see in the very first sentence, I have known him for a long time. It means I knew a person, still I know that person. It means we are talking about the action that began in the past, but still there is connection in the present. The second sentence, that Anjali has been a teacher in this school for the past 5 years. It means that since last 5 years she has been teaching in this particular school. It means she started 5 years back and still she has been a teacher and pursuing her career. He has been ill since last week. So maybe the boy has been ill since last week and still this boy is unwell. So we use present perfect tense to talk about those actions which began in the past but still has some effect in the present, that is, which continues up to the present moment. So here goes the types of sentences in the present perfect and structures and some examples. In the affirmative, the structure for present perfect tenses has or have plus the past participle form of the verb, that is the third form of the verb. The bird has built the nest, has built. The players have returned to the field, have returned. In negative, has or have plus not plus the past participle form of the verb. The boy has not done the work. We have not seen the film yet. Here has not done and have not seen is the negative structure of present perfect tense. In interrogative, it is has or have plus the subject plus the past participle form of the verb. As you can see, has she returned my book? Note of interrogation. Have they not come? So, in this, has she returned my book and have they not come is an example of interrogative sentences in the present perfect tense. Let's do one exercise to understand in a much better way. Complete the passage with the simple present or present perfect tense of the given verbs. The residents of the colony dash bring to the notice of the authorities that there dash a great threat to the environment from the chemical plant set up near the public park. As you can see that the instruction is to fill with simple present or present perfect. So the answer is the residents of the colony have brought. Bring will become have brought. As you know that bring, brought, the V3 is brought. And as it is residents plural, so we have used have. And here we have used is. There is a great threat to the environment. We have used is, which is simple present tense. The emissions from the factory pollute the water and the air every day. The children who play in that space are threatened by this. There is increasing discontent in the local community. People have approached the district officials on this matter of utmost importance. Pollute is simple present tense, play simple present tense, are is simple present tense, have approached is present perfect tense. The third form of verb of approach is approached. Parents have asked the children to avoid playing in the park for the time being. The authorities have allotted a separate space near the local school for the children to play. So here we have used have asked and have allotted. That's all for the day. So, I hope you well understood the lesson on present perfect tense. In our next lesson, we'll be learning about present perfect continuous tense. Thank you. Have a good day.